All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are going to bust some of the most common and frankly most dangerous money myths out there. You know, the ones that are probably keeping you from building some serious wealth.
This right here, this might be the single most important truth we need to get our heads around. No one is coming to save you. Not the government, not your boss, not some secret rich uncle. It's on you. The responsibility for your financial future, for your family's future, well, it lands squarely on your shoulders.
So why do we keep falling for these myths? I mean, what makes them so sticky? It really boils down to two things that are just part of being human. First, we absolutely hate thinking about risk. And second, man, are we always looking for a shortcut.
And this is that denial in full swing, right? It's that little voice that says, don't worry, it'll all just work out. But you know what? Hope is not a financial strategy. Just thinking things will magically fall into place is actually the biggest thing stopping them from ever falling into place.
Okay, first up, let's tackle the big ones. We're talking about those sneaky, long-term myths that can totally wreck your most important goals, like, ever being able to retire. Oh man, we've all heard this a million times. The second the economy gets a little shaky, everyone screams, buy gold. It's supposed to be this ultimate safe haven, right? The one thing that will protect your money when everything else is crashing down. But is that actually true?
Well, the numbers tell a pretty different story. Look at this. Over the last half century, gold has returned an average of just 4.4%. Now compare that to growth stock mutual funds at 12%. I mean, it's not even close. So why the huge gap? Because mutual funds are tied to actual companies, things that grow and innovate and create value. Gold? Well, gold is a rock. It just sits there. The data is crystal clear on this one. For long-term growth, gold just can't hang.
So it's not just these big abstract ideas that get us into trouble. That same hunt for a safe or easy button makes us total suckers for financial products that sound amazing but really just end up siphoning money right out of our wallets.
And here is one of the worst offenders, cash value life insurance, sometimes called whole life. The sales pitch is so good. Combine your life insurance and your savings into one easy payment. But the returns are awful. They get eaten alive by huge fees. And here's the absolute craziest part. With a lot of these policies, when you die, the insurance company just keeps all the savings, the cash value that you spent decades building. Your family just gets the death benefit. It's unbelievable.
So what's the smarter play? It's so simple. Just separate the two. First, buy a cheap term life insurance policy. That's for pure protection, period. Then you take all that money you're saving on premiums and you invest it yourself in a good mutual fund. Let your money actually make money for you, not for the insurance company.
And now for the undisputed king of all shortcuts, the lottery. The source material for this one just nails it. It calls the lottery a tax on the poor and people who can't do math. It's an entire industry built on selling the fantasy of getting rich without any effort.
And just to put that fantasy in perspective for you, you are 400 times more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to win the lottery. 400 times. The lesson here is pretty simple, isn't it? Real wealth is never, ever built on luck. It's built on a plan, and it's built on discipline.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about what not to do. No bad products, no lottery tickets. So what's left? What is the single most powerful tool you actually have to take control of your money?
The answer is, well, it's kind of boring. It's not a secret stock tip. It's not some fancy new app. It's a plan. I absolutely love this quote. It totally changes how you think about a budget, doesn't it? It's not this miserable, restrictive thing. It's an act of power. It's you finally looking at your money and saying, okay, here is what you are going to do for me, instead of getting to the end of the month and wondering where it all went. You know the number one excuse people have for not making a budget? I just don't have time. But the truth is, your entire quality of life is riding on this. You don't have time not to have a plan. Every single minute you put into this pays you back tenfold in peace of mind and actual progress.
So, let's pull all this together. We've gone through some tough truths today. We've stared down some of the biggest money myths out there. You've officially moved out of the land of denial and into reality.
Seriously, think of what we just did as an obstacle course. You've dodged all the traps, you see the shortcuts for what they really are, and now you're standing at the starting line, looking up at the mountain, ready to do the real work.
Just by understanding these myths, you've already taken the most important first step. The theory is over. The next part is all about action.
So there's really only one question left. Are you ready to start climbing toward your financial freedom?